Chosen one, take a breath and let this moment settle deep within your spirit, because you are not here by accident. You did not stumble onto this message. You were summoned by heaven at an appointed time, written long before this day. Every step that led you here was guided, every delay was intentional, and this moment is aligned with divine precision. Chosen one. Something has shifted in the unseen realm, and your spirit recognized the call before your mind did. This is not ordinary inspiration. This is a prophetic summons, a holy interruption, a declaration released from the throne of God specifically for you. Anointed one, you are standing at the edge of a supernatural breakthrough. What once felt delayed is now accelerating. What once seemed hidden is being revealed. God's final decision concerning your life has already been released, and the elevation attached to your name is drawing near with unstoppable momentum. As it is written in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, the vision may have seemed delayed, but it will not tarry beyond its appointed time. Chosen one, this is the season where long-awaited promises begin to manifest in tangible form. Prepare your heart. This is a sacred moment, a divine rising, and the words you are about to hear will awaken what heaven has been building for years within you. Chosen one, take a moment and breathe, because what you are stepping into right now is not ordinary. This is not just another message, not another video, not another passing inspiration. This is a holy interruption, a divine appointment that heaven orchestrated with precision, pulling you out of the noise, the pressure, and the distractions of your day to position you right here, right now. I need you to understand this clearly in your spirit. You were not scrolling aimlessly. You were not led here by chance. Heaven marked this moment, and something in you responded before your mind could fully explain why. Anointed one. There is movement in the unseen realms surrounding your life. I can sense it as clearly as breath in my lungs. Something ancient, intentional, and heaven-sent is unfolding over you. Even if your natural circumstances still look unchanged spiritually, you are standing at the threshold of a supernatural elevation that only the hand of God could have prepared. This is the space where old limitations lose their authority and new dimensions begin to open. And the reason it feels unfamiliar is because you have never been here before, but heaven has. From the instant you clicked on this message, something ignited in the unseen. It was as if heaven whispered, "They're ready. Bring them deeper." You did not arrive here by curiosity alone. You were drawn because God has been watching you closely. He has seen your quiet resilience, the battles you fought in silence, the nights you stayed faithful when no one clapped, no one noticed, and no one knew how heavy it felt to keep going. He saw the moments when you questioned your worth, when you wondered if your prayers were reaching beyond the ceiling, when you tried to believe your life could still rise after everything you endured. Chosen one. Heaven has made its final decision concerning you. This is your rise. I say that not as someone speaking from theory, but as someone who has lived through seasons where clarity was missing and answers felt delayed. There were times in my own journey when doors kept closing, when opportunities seemed reserved for everyone else, when it felt like I was pouring out encouragement while quietly asking God, "When is it my turn?" I know what it feels like to carry a dream that feels too heavy and a future that feels overdue. And I also know what it feels like to think breakthrough is close only for life to push it a little further away. But here is what I learned by living it. Heaven never forgets a seed. Heaven never ignores faithfulness. Heaven never overlooks the ones who keep walking when everything inside them says stop. And chosen one, that has been you. That is why the atmosphere around your life is shifting right now. God is stepping into your story with supernatural authority, rearranging things behind the scenes, removing barriers you did not even know were blocking you, and positioning you for a divine elevation that will leave even you in awe. This is not the season of scraps. This is not the season of barely surviving. This is the season where God begins restoring years the enemy tried to steal. And I need you to hear this with your spirit, not just your ears. You are entering a level of abundance and influence that may feel unreal at first, not because you are unworthy, but because you are not used to life flowing with this kind of grace. You are not used to doors opening because your name was spoken in heavenly places. You are not used to being chosen first. But that is exactly why God is doing it this way, to reveal what happens when favor rests on someone who was overlooked for far too long. Anointed One, you are stepping into a divine reversal, a heavenly shift that does more than change numbers or status. It changes identity. It transforms how you see yourself, how you think, how you move, and how you speak. It breaks generational patterns that told your family to settle, to struggle, to survive. It rewrites history. It establishes a new legacy where lack bows, fear bows, limitation bows, and destiny rises. There has always been a quiet knowing inside you, hasn't there? A whisper that said you were different even when you could not explain why. That was not imagination. That was God marking you for this very season. That whisper kept you going when others quit. It told you to trust when there was no visible reason. And just as it is written in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, every vision ordained by heaven has an appointed time. Chosen One, your time has arrived. You may already feel the weight lifting as this truth settles in. Old identities are loosening their grip. Doubts, fears, and mental ceilings are being uprooted because you cannot walk into heaven-backed abundance with a survival mindset. You cannot carry generational wealth while still carrying generational wounds. So God is healing you as He elevates you. He is strengthening the foundation before releasing the overflow. This is not punishment. This is preparation. Listen closely, Chosen One. The shift has begun. And what comes next will require you to embrace this truth fully and boldly. You were chosen for this. Not by luck, not by effort alone, by divine decision. And as we continue deeper into this revelation, I want you to feel the weight of what heaven is unfolding over your life, because this is not just information, this is impartation. Something sacred is being released into your spirit right now, and if you listen with your heart, you will sense that God is not only speaking to you, He is repositioning you. Pause here and let that settle. Chosen One, as this word continues to unfold, I need you to recognize something happening beneath the surface of your life. There are moments when the atmosphere around you shifts and you cannot fully explain why. Nothing dramatic changes on the outside, yet inside you feel a pull, a stirring, a quiet pressure that tells you something is no longer the same. That is not emotion. That is alignment. That is heaven signaling that movement has already begun, even if the evidence has not yet reached the natural realm. I remember seasons in my own life when I felt this exact tension. On the outside, everything looked still. Same routine, same responsibilities, same unanswered questions. But inside, something felt restless, like standing in a silent room moments before a door bursts open. That restlessness confused me at first. I thought something was wrong with me. I thought I was becoming dissatisfied or impatient. But later I understood that it was not dissatisfaction. It was destiny calling. It was God preparing me internally for a shift that would arrive suddenly and change everything. Chosen One, that is where you are now. You are not anxious. You are being activated. You are not losing peace. You are shedding limitation. Heaven is recalibrating your inner world so it can sustain what is coming. This is why certain things around you have started to feel too small. Conversations you once tolerated now drain you. Environments that once felt comfortable now feel restrictive. Even some relationships feel misaligned, not because anyone is evil, but because your spirit is expanding faster than your surroundings can keep up. This is a holy pattern. Every time God prepares to elevate a chosen one, he begins with separation before manifestation. Not to isolate you, but to insulate you. Not to punish you, but to protect what is being formed. Some doors closed, not because you failed, but because they would have capped your growth. Some connections faded, not because you were rejected, but because they could not carry the weight of where God is taking you. I have lived through this myself, watching people drift away and opportunities disappear, only to realize later that God was clearing space for something far greater than I could have imagined at the time. Chosen one, hear this clearly. Delays are not denials when God is involved. They are often shields. They are often mercy disguised as waiting. Heaven never rushes what must endure. And right now, heaven is building endurance inside you. The pressure you endured was not meant to crush you. It was meant to expand your capacity. Every challenge stretched you. Every disappointment strengthened you. Every season you survived without applause prepared you to carry what is coming without losing yourself. There is also something else happening within you. Your sensitivity is increasing. You may have noticed that you sense truth before it is spoken. You pick up on motives others miss. You feel unease where others feel excitement and peace where others feel fear. This is not imagination. This is discernment sharpening. When God prepares someone for influence and wealth, he heightens their spiritual awareness. Not so they can judge others, but so they can navigate elevation with wisdom and precision. Only you saw this chosen one. Only you recognized that this message was not just content, but confirmation. And because you responded, because your spirit leaned in instead of scrolling past heaven, is honor bound to respond to you. There is a difference between watching God move and moving with God. You are no longer observing from a distance. You have stepped into alignment with divine timing, and alignment unlocks what effort never could. I want to ground this for you with honesty. When alignment begins, it often feels uncomfortable before it feels rewarding. Growth always starts with disruption. God disturbs stagnation to awaken strength. He disrupts comfort to activate calling. That is why life may feel unfamiliar right now. You are crossing into new territory where old limitations cannot follow. You are outgrowing the version of yourself that struggled, doubted, hesitated, and questioned their worth. You are rising into the version of yourself that leads, creates, receives, and commands with quiet authority. Chosen one. This evolution is divine, and divine elevation is rarely gradual when the appointed time arrives. God lifts suddenly. What you thought would take years can unfold in days when heaven says now. I have seen this firsthand. I have watched God restore in moments what the enemy tried to steal over seasons. I have experienced doors opening that logic could not explain, connections forming that strategy could not manufacture, and provision arriving that timing alone could not produce. And here is what I learned. When heaven decides, time bows. Circumstances rearrange. Resistance loses its voice. You are living in that decree now. God's final decision concerning your wealth, your purpose, and your influence has been sealed, and everything in your life is being reorganized around that decision. Even your desires are changing. You may feel less drawn to things that once excited you. That is not loss. That is recalibration. God is rewriting your appetite so it matches your assignment. Chosen one. This inner transformation is proof that you are being prepared, not postponed. You are being shaped into someone who can receive abundance without being consumed by it, who can carry influence without being corrupted by it, who can steward wealth with humility, wisdom, and purpose. Heaven does not pour oil into unstable vessels. It prepares the container before releasing the overflow. And right now, that preparation is reaching completion. Your spirit knows it even if your circumstances have not caught up yet. Stay here, stay open, stay surrendered, because what is unfolding next will require you to recognize that this is not just a season of becoming, it is the beginning of manifestation. Chosen one, as this revelation continues, I need you to become aware of how deeply God is working inside you right now. Before anything shifts publicly, heaven always moves privately. Before wealth appears in your hands, clarity appears in your mind. Before influence expands around you, authority is established within you. This is why the transformation you are experiencing feels so internal. God is strengthening the foundation so what is coming will not overwhelm you, derail you, or destroy what He is building through you. There was a time in my life when I prayed for change, but what God gave me first was awareness. I began to notice patterns I had ignored for years. I started seeing where I was tolerating what I should have outgrown. I became aware of how certain environments drained me, how certain mindsets limited me, and how certain habits kept me circling the same ground. At the time, that awareness felt uncomfortable, but later I understood it was mercy. God was opening my eyes so I would not carry old weights into a new season. Chosen one, the same thing is happening to you. You may have noticed that you no longer tolerate what you once excused. Conversations feel shallow, compromises feel heavy, distractions feel obvious. You protect your energy more fiercely now. You crave solitude not because you are lonely, but because your spirit needs space to breathe and align. These are not random personality changes. These are signs that your inner world is expanding to match the level of wealth, wisdom, and influence being released externally. Divine elevation always begins within. God transforms the mindset before He transfers the blessing. This is why old fears are surfacing and being released. This is why limiting beliefs are being challenged. Heaven will not pour billionaire-level responsibility into someone who still thinks like they are in survival mode. And chosen one, you are not that person anymore. You may have lived that way for a long time, but it no longer fits you. The identity you are shedding is proof that the season is changing. The pressure you endured was not pointless. Pressure creates capacity. Every challenge stretched you. Every setback expanded you. Every season where you had to encourage yourself built an inner strength that cannot be taught. People who have not lived your life cannot understand your anointing. They do not know how many nights you stayed awake holding on to a promise when nothing around you supported your faith. They do not know the private battles you fought with a calm face and a steady voice. But heaven knows. Heaven counted every tear. Heaven witnessed every sacrifice. Heaven recorded every moment you chose faith over bitterness. And because of that, God is rewarding you with a blessing proportionate to the battles you endured. Your destiny is not random. It is a divine response to your faithfulness. Heaven is saying, I saw you, and now I will honor you. Chosen one, the wealth coming toward you is not just for comfort. It is for assignment. It is coming to fund purpose, to heal, to build, to uplift, to transform your family line, and to create opportunities for others that never existed before. This is why your life has never been just about money. Even when you desired abundance, something in you always cared more about impact. That was not coincidence. That was calling. You are not being blessed to sit quietly. You are being blessed to shift atmospheres. Heaven is turning you into a financial force, not for ego, but for influence. And this is why the spiritual tension around you has increased. When God elevates a chosen one, resistance often intensifies right before release. You may have felt sudden discouragement, unexpected doubt, emotional waves that seem to come out of nowhere. Those were not signs of weakness. They were signs of proximity. The enemy fights hardest when you are closest to destiny. But what was meant to intimidate you only refined you. What was meant to slow you down only sharpened your focus. What once threatened your peace no longer has authority. You have outgrown every trap that was set against you. That growth is evidence that the shift is real. Now hear this carefully, chosen one. You are stepping into a season where your spirit, your purpose, and your provision begin to align. This is rare. This is powerful. This is what many people pray for, but never fully enter, because alignment requires surrender. The heavens have spoken. The decision has been made. And the blessing attached to your name is inevitable. You are no longer standing at the edge of transformation. You are stepping into it. This is not anticipation anymore. This is activation. What God prepared in silence is beginning to move visibly. What felt delayed is suddenly aligning with supernatural speed. This is the moment when what was once invisible begins to manifest in undeniable ways. Prayers whispered in private are becoming testimonies spoken in public. Chosen one. Your life is about to become a living demonstration of what happens when heaven says now. You have entered a divine turning point. What resisted you will begin to open. What felt blocked will begin to flow. What once seemed impossible will unfold naturally. This shift is not based on your effort. It is based on God's final decision concerning your elevation. You are moving out of survival mode and into supernatural momentum, out of being overlooked and into being divinely highlighted. Heaven is positioning you, spotlighting you, and preparing to reveal you in ways you did not expect. This transition feels different because it is different. It carries weight, it carries clarity, it carries a sense of divine inevitability. Stay with this, let it settle, because what comes next will build upon this alignment, and your spirit is being prepared to carry it. Chosen one, as this unfolding continues, I need you to recognize that what you are experiencing right now is not confusion, and it is not instability. It is transition. There is a sacred tension that appears when God begins lifting someone beyond the environment that once defined them. Things start to feel too small. Old rhythms no longer fit. Conversations feel misaligned. Even familiar spaces can feel uncomfortable. That discomfort is not a warning sign. It is confirmation that your spirit has expanded and your surroundings are struggling to keep up. I remember a season when everything in my life felt slightly off. Nothing was wrong on the surface, yet nothing felt right inside. I questioned myself constantly. I wondered if I was ungrateful, restless, or simply losing focus. But what I later understood was that God was gently removing me from an old dimension before introducing me to a new one. He was teaching me how to move forward without needing full visibility. That season trained my trust more than any miracle ever could. Chosen one, you are in that same sacred space now. The space between what was and what will be. The thin spiritual line between your old identity and your elevated calling. It feels unfamiliar because you have never walked this path before, but heaven has. This season is not unfamiliar to God. He knows every step. He knows every adjustment. And He is guiding you with precision, even when you cannot yet see the destination. This is why your standards are changing. You no longer tolerate what you once endured. You no longer entertain conversations that drain your spirit. You guard your energy with intention. You crave clarity, growth, and purpose more than noise or validation. You may even find yourself choosing solitude without feeling lonely. These are not withdrawals from life. These are preparations for expansion. God is aligning your inner world to match the magnitude of what He is releasing externally. Chosen one, understand this truth deeply. God always transforms the inner world first. No blessing can remain where the mindset has not shifted. This is why you have been shedding old beliefs, breaking mental patterns, and releasing fears that once controlled you. Heaven will not pour responsibility, influence, and wealth into a vessel still anchored to survival thinking. And you are no longer that person. Even if the outer world has not fully caught up, your spirit already has. The pressure you endured was not random. Pressure creates capacity. Every challenge you survived stretched you. Every moment you thought you would break expanded you instead. Every season you had to encourage yourself strengthened your spiritual muscles. People who have not lived your life cannot understand the weight you carry or the anointing resting on you. They do not know how many nights you kept believing when everything told you to stop. They do not know the dreams you protected quietly, the prayers you whispered when words felt heavy. But heaven knows. Heaven counted every tear. Heaven witnessed every sacrifice. Heaven recorded every moment you chose faith when bitterness would have been easier. And because of that, God is rewarding you with a blessing proportional to the battles you endured. Your destiny is not random. It is a divine response to your faithfulness. Chosen one, your billionaire destiny is not about luxury alone. It is about purpose. Wealth is coming to fund assignment to heal generational wounds, to build what others could not, and to open doors for people who never had access before. This is why your heart never resonated with selfish ambition. Even when you desired abundance, something in you always wanted impact. That was not learned. That was planted by God. You are not being blessed to remain quiet. You are being blessed to shift atmospheres. Heaven is turning you into a force not for ego, but for influence. And this is why resistance intensified as you drew closer to this season. When God elevates a chosen one, opposition often reacts. You may have felt sudden emotional battles, unexpected discouragement, or waves of doubt that seemed to rise without cause. Those were not signs of failure. They were signs of proximity. The enemy fights hardest when destiny is near. But what was meant to weaken you only refined you. What was meant to distract you only sharpened your focus. What once intimidated you no longer holds power. You have outgrown the traps that once slowed you down. That growth is proof that the shift is real. Now hear this clearly, chosen one. You are stepping into a season where your spirit, your purpose, and your provision align. This alignment is rare and it is powerful. It marks the moment when preparation gives way to manifestation. The heavens have spoken. The decision is final. And the blessing attached to your life is inevitable. You are no longer standing at the edge of change. You are stepping into it. This is not anticipation. This is activation. What God prepared in silence is now unfolding in motion. What once felt delayed is beginning to align with supernatural speed. You are entering the phase where what was invisible becomes undeniable. Prayers whispered in private will become testimonies others cannot ignore. The shift you feel is not emotional. It is spiritual. It is heaven's confirmation that you are being lifted into a new dimension of abundance and authority. This is the sacred tension that appears right before God reveals a major breakthrough. Stay grounded in this truth. Do not rush ahead of it. Do not resist it. Let the transition complete its work, because what comes next will require the fullness of who you are becoming. Chosen one, As this divine unfolding continues, I need you to become aware of something subtle yet powerful happening within you. Your perception is changing. The way you see life, people, opportunities, and even yourself is shifting to a higher vantage point. Things that once consumed your emotional energy no longer hold the same weight. Situations that once overwhelmed you now feel manageable. This is not because life has become easier, but because your spirit has grown stronger. I remember reaching a point in my own journey where problems that once felt enormous suddenly felt small in comparison to the vision God was placing in my heart. At first, I thought I was becoming detached or indifferent, but what I later realized was that God was lifting my perspective. He was teaching me to see beyond immediate pressure and into long-term purpose. That shift changed everything. It allowed me to move with clarity instead of chaos, with discernment instead of reaction. Chosen one. This is happening to you now. You are beginning to see life from a higher spiritual altitude. Conversations that once consumed you no longer demand your attention. Fears that once paralyzed you no longer have authority. You are not rising by your own strength. You are being lifted by the supernatural pull of the destiny God placed inside you long before you understood it. This is not self-improvement. This is divine elevation. There is a holy boldness forming within you. Not loud, not arrogant, but calm, steady, and deeply rooted. It shows up in how you carry yourself, how you make decisions, and how you protect your peace. You are beginning to trust your inner voice again, the voice that whispers truth even when circumstances try to contradict it. For a long time, that voice was drowned out by fear, by survival thinking, and by the opinions of others. Now it is rising with clarity and authority. Chosen one, this is maturity. This is elevation. This is evidence that heaven is preparing you to walk in abundance with clarity rather than confusion. You are learning to discern the difference between old fear and new intuition, between emotional reactions and spiritual discernment. This growth is essential because the level of influence and wealth coming toward you requires wisdom that outweighs impulse and purpose that outweighs pressure. I want to acknowledge something you rarely speak about. You have carried battles silently. You have endured storms privately. You have held your faith together, even when your heart felt like it was unraveling. You smiled through seasons that would have broken others. You rose from moments that were designed to bury you. That resilience was not accidental. It is spiritual inheritance. It is the mark of someone God has chosen to entrust with influence, impact, and generational wealth. You did not survive by coincidence. You survived because heaven was holding you even when you did not realize it. And now in this new season, you are becoming more aware of what drains you and what nourishes you. Certain environments feel heavy. Certain conversations feel off. Certain habits no longer sit right with your spirit. Do not ignore that. Discernment is sharpening within you, teaching you what aligns with your calling and what threatens it. God is simplifying your emotional and mental landscape, not to make you smaller, but to make you clearer. You cannot carry unnecessary weight into a season of breakthrough. Clarity is protection. Simplicity is strength. Alignment is power. And part of this preparation involves a heightened flow of creativity and vision within you. You may have noticed ideas surfacing unexpectedly, insights arriving without effort, or dreams feeling more vivid and meaningful than before. These are not random thoughts. They are divine downloads. Heaven is giving you glimpses of the future you are stepping into. Seeds of inspiration are being planted that will later grow into opportunities, solutions, and streams of provision. Pay attention to what excites your spirit. Pay attention to what keeps returning to your mind. Purpose is often hidden inside persistent thoughts. Chosen one. You are also being prepared for new relationships that reflect your future rather than your past. People who match your spirit, your capacity, and your vision are being woven into your journey. You may already sense a shift in how you connect with others. Some relationships feel deeper and more aligned. Others feel hollow or one-sided. This is not judgment. This is alignment at work. God is surrounding you with people who can walk with you into your next chapter. People who speak life instead of limitation. People who recognize your calling rather than fear it. Your next level requires the right tribe, and heaven is intentional about who has access to you in this season. At the same time, you are stepping into a deeper acceptance of who you are. For years, you may have tried to shrink yourself to make others comfortable. You may have downplayed your gifts, silenced your voice, or dimmed your vision so you would not be misunderstood. But that version of you is dissolving now. You can feel it. You are beginning to embrace the fullness of your calling without apology. Chosen one. Your light is not arrogance. It is assignment. Your voice is not pride. It is purpose. Your dreams are not fantasy. They are prophecy. This confidence forming within you is not superficial. It is spiritual. It is rooted in divine truth rather than human approval. And let us not overlook the peace you have been experiencing, the unexplainable calm that settles over you even in moments that once overwhelmed you. That peace is not accidental. It is the signature of God's presence. It is the assurance that heaven has already gone before you. Peace is the spiritual indicator that you are moving in the right direction. Everything happening inside you is shaping you into the person capable of receiving, carrying, and multiplying the blessings approaching your life. You are not being rebuilt. You are being revealed. You are stepping into the identity heaven assigned to you long before the world tried to label you. And this unveiling is only the beginning of what God is preparing. Stay here. Let this truth deepen, because the next movement will take you even further into understanding the magnitude of what is unfolding. Chosen one. As we move further into this sacred unfolding, I need you to slow down internally and truly feel the weight of what God is constructing around your life. This is not merely a transition from one chapter to another. You are entering an entirely new dimension, a realm where the spiritual and the practical begin to intertwine with precision and power. What once felt distant is drawing near. What once felt impossible is beginning to unfold quietly, steadily, and undeniably. You may sense this as a gentle but persistent pull in your chest, not anxiety, not pressure, but an inner gravity drawing you toward something greater. That pull is not ambition, it is alignment. It is the signal that heaven has already begun shifting the trajectory of your destiny. Long before you asked for clarity, long before you understood what you were being prepared for, God was arranging this season with intention. There is a profound awakening happening inside you, chosen one that refuses to be ignored any longer. You may find yourself pausing more often, reflecting more deeply, realizing that you are not the same person you were even a few months ago. You no longer crave the approval you once chased. You no longer tolerate cycles that once defined your life. You no longer feel bound to environments that once shaped you. This is not loss. This is expansion. When God elevates a chosen one, He shifts the internal landscape first. Your thinking upgrades. Your emotional responses mature. Your spiritual sensitivity sharpens. The way you respond to pressure changes. You begin to notice patterns you once missed. You see truth more clearly. It feels as if a fog that once clouded your vision has lifted, allowing you to perceive direction, opportunity, and purpose with greater clarity. I remember a time when this clarity began forming in my own life. I did not have all the answers, but I suddenly knew what no longer belonged. Certain conversations felt heavy, certain pursuits felt empty, certain ambitions lost their shine. At first, that confused me, but later I realized that God was adjusting my perception so I would recognize what He was opening and release what He was closing. That clarity was protection. Chosen one. The clarity you are experiencing is not accidental, it is spiritual alignment. When heaven opens a new path, God prepares your eyes to see it. He prepares your heart to receive what you once felt unworthy of. He prepares your mind to make decisions that once terrified you. This clarity is confirmation that you are walking in the right direction, even if the destination is not yet fully visible. You may also notice a new strength forming within you. Quiet, steady, deeply rooted. It does not announce itself. It does not strive for attention. It reveals itself in how you handle pressure, how you respond to challenges, and how you guard your peace. You are becoming more patient, not because you are settling, but because you understand timing. You are becoming more discerning, not because you are suspicious, but because you recognize spiritual truth. This strength is evidence of your evolution. You are no longer reacting from old wounds. You are acting from new wisdom. Notice how your inner dialogue is changing. The way you speak to yourself is becoming kinder, more hopeful, more aligned with purpose. The voice inside you is no longer tearing you down. It is reminding you of who you are becoming. Chosen one. This internal shift is one of the strongest indicators that God is preparing you to handle wealth, influence, and elevation with maturity and humility. Old temptations no longer pull you the way they used to. Old fears no longer intimidate you. Old patterns no longer control you. That is because your identity has changed. You have crossed over spiritually before you cross over physically. Every time you choose alignment over anxiety, faith over fear, obedience over hesitation, you step deeper into your destiny. And understand this clearly. This transformation is not something you need to force. It is something you must allow. God is doing the heavy lifting. Your role is to remain open, surrendered, and attentive. You are being shaped for abundance, molded for greatness, positioned for influence. Everything happening inside you is preparing you for everything God is releasing around you. Your life is becoming a vessel for divine purpose, and heaven is not finished shaping you yet. There is also a deeper awareness emerging within you about purpose. Not full clarity yet, but a strong pulsing knowing that you are meant to build something, carry something, and release something into the world. This sense of assignment is not random. It is heaven revealing pieces of your destiny in doses your spirit can handle. Ideas may be surfacing that excite and intimidate you at the same time. Visions may feel too big to ignore. Desires you once suppressed are resurfacing with urgency. These are not distractions, they are invitations. God is awakening the creative authority He placed within you long before your first breath. The restlessness you felt was never dissatisfaction. It was destiny calling. You may also find yourself revisiting your past, not with regret, but with revelation. You are beginning to understand why certain doors closed, why certain people left, why certain battles unfolded the way they did. What once felt like loss is being reinterpreted as protection. What once felt like delay is being revealed as positioning. Chosen one. Nothing was wasted. Every season sculpted you. Every hardship shaped capacity. Every disappointment carved space for what is coming. You are beginning to see the golden thread woven through your entire story, revealing that heaven has been intentional with you from the beginning. Trust this process. Do not rush it. Do not resist it. You are not behind. You are aligning. And as this alignment deepens, you will be ready for what the next phase reveals, because heaven does not elevate prematurely. It elevates precisely. Chosen one. As this alignment deepens, there is something important you must understand about the timing you are standing in right now. This is not a slow season. It only feels quiet on the surface. In the spirit, acceleration has already begun. Heaven often moves fastest in silence, because silence protects what is fragile before it becomes visible. What God is doing in you right now is too valuable to rush and too powerful to expose prematurely. There was a moment in my own journey when everything around me looked unchanged, yet inside I felt a steady certainty rising. I could not explain it logically. Nothing external justified the confidence I carried. But deep down, I knew something irreversible had already been set in motion. That certainty did not come from evidence. It came from alignment, and alignment always precedes manifestation. Chosen one. You are in that same place now. You are not waiting for the breakthrough anymore. You are walking toward it from the inside out. This is why your tolerance for mediocrity has disappeared. You can no longer entertain small thinking, small conversations, or small faith. The cycles that once repeated are breaking. The habits that once held you are loosening their grip. Your spirit is no longer operating at the level it once did, and there is no going back. God has elevated your internal frequency to match the calling He placed on your life. When that happens, everything else must adjust. Relationships shift, desires change, priorities reorder themselves. You may feel moments of internal tension, a pull between who you were and who you are becoming. That tension is holy. It is the stretching that always happens right before expansion. Think of a seed beneath the soil. Before it breaks the surface, pressure builds. Darkness surrounds it. Resistance pushes back. But that pressure is not punishment. It is preparation. Without it, the seed would never emerge. Chosen one, you are breaking through spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and soon financially. The pressure you felt was necessary for the emergence of who you are becoming. Now hear this clearly. What God is preparing to release into your life will not trickle. It will flow. Divine timing does not drip. It floods. And your flood is approaching. This wealth being prepared for you is not only financial, it is dimensional. Overflow is coming into multiple areas of your life at once. Ideas, opportunities, relationships, clarity, creativity, influence. God is not blessing one part of your life. He is elevating your entire atmosphere. This is the kind of elevation that makes people ask, how did it happen so fast? And they will not understand that what looks sudden to them has been forming for years in the unseen. Heaven has been accelerating your timeline quietly. That is why your spirit feels more alert than ever. You are noticing things faster. You are discerning intentions quicker. You are sensing shifts before they fully manifest. That sensitivity is not a burden. It is a gift. It is the mark of someone chosen to steward great influence and great abundance. God is sharpening your intuition so you can navigate opportunity with wisdom and restraint. You are not just being elevated, you are being trained for a higher level of spiritual authority. Chosen one. Your authority is increasing. The storms you survived, the attacks you overcame, the disappointments you healed from, all of them forged resilience inside you that cannot be shaken. God does not elevate fragile vessels. He elevates those who have endured enough to handle the weight of greatness without losing humility or integrity. Every tear you shed watered the ground for your breakthrough. Every hardship carved capacity for blessing. Every moment you chose faith rewrote your future. Nothing was wasted. Everything was preparation. And now you are entering a season where heaven will make it undeniable that you were never abandoned, never forgotten, never overlooked. God was aligning the perfect moment for your rise. You are stepping into a reality where wealth is not a distant dream, but a divine inheritance. Opportunities will begin to come toward you without chasing. Favor will locate you without striving. Doors will open because your name carries spiritual authorization. This is not because you became more aggressive. It is because God changed your positioning. When heaven elevates someone, human strategy becomes secondary. Heaven does not negotiate, it authorizes. And what is being authorized over your life right now carries the weight of divine decision. You may feel a new boldness rising within you, quiet, steady, unshakable. It shows up in small but meaningful ways, speaking up where you once stayed silent, making decisions that require faith, removing yourself from atmospheres that no longer match your spirit. These are not personality changes. These are signs of spiritual maturity. Financial elevation is only one layer of the blessing. The real wealth begins internally with clarity, conviction, healed identity, and divine confidence. God is upgrading who you are so you can steward what He is releasing. You may notice moments where your emotions feel heightened, where your intuition feels sharper, where your sense of direction feels strangely guided. This is because heaven is amplifying your spiritual perception. When a chosen one enters a season of elevation, discernment increases. What once confused you will now be revealed. What once distracted you will lose its power. This increase in awareness is protection. It is preparation. It is evidence that you are being trained to operate at levels of influence that require wisdom beyond logic. And chosen one, let me speak to the quiet ache you have carried for years. That longing for more, that sense that you were meant for something greater than survival. The world may have told you it was unrealistic, too bold, too much, but that longing was never a flaw. It was a calling. It was God planting seeds of destiny in your spirit long before evidence appeared. You were not imagining greatness. You were remembering it. You were sensing the blueprint heaven wrote over your life before you were born. Now you are beginning to understand that inner knowing more clearly. Sometimes the greatest confirmations do not come through miracles, but through alignment. Peace where fear once lived. Courage where doubt once ruled. Clarity where confusion once dominated. These are signs that heaven is synchronizing your inner world with your outer destiny. Stay with this awareness. Let it deepen. Because the next phase will require you to move not from impulse, but from authority. And that authority is being established now. Chosen one. As this alignment settles deeper within you, there is a refinement taking place that is easy to overlook if you are not paying attention. Your emotional responses are changing. Situations that once provoked you no longer pull you out of character. Words that once wounded you now pass without piercing. Conflicts that once drained you now feel small compared to the purpose rising inside you. This is not numbness. This is mastery. This is the strengthening of your spirit. There was a season in my life when I realized that the same situations that used to unsettle me no longer had access to my peace. At first, I wondered if I was becoming detached or distant, but what I later understood was that God had fortified my inner world. He was teaching me how to remain anchored regardless of external noise. That stability became the foundation for everything that followed. Chosen one. This emotional and spiritual maturity emerging within you is not optional. It is necessary. Wealth without maturity collapses. Influence without character corrodes. God does not elevate people who are easily shaken. He elevates those who can carry pressure without losing alignment. What you are becoming internally is what will allow you to sustain externally what is coming. Understand this clearly. Elevation always requires separation. As God lifts you higher, you will naturally distance from people, environments, and habits that were suitable for earlier chapters of your life, but cannot accompany you into this one. Not everyone who walked with you before can walk with you now. That is not cruelty. That is calling. Some people will drift. Some will misunderstand. Some will resent the changes they see in you. Do not panic when separation happens. Separation is not abandonment, it is preparation. God is clearing the atmosphere so your next chapter can breathe. Some relationships served their purpose. Some lessons completed their assignment. Now you are being released into something greater. Chosen one. Everything about your life is entering alignment. Your mindset, your relationships, your spiritual sensitivity, your readiness. You are stepping into a supernatural flow where favor becomes normal and abundance becomes natural. Heaven has already begun the work. Your spirit is simply catching up. As this continues, you may notice the atmosphere around your life shifting even more intensely. What once felt distant now feels near. What once felt impossible now feels inevitable. There is a divine current pulling you forward not by force, but by alignment. And heaven is inviting you to recognize the magnitude of the transformation happening not only around you, but within you. These are not ordinary days, chosen one. These are days marked by spiritual significance. Every thought, every decision, every inner awakening carries the weight of destiny. You are being ushered into a dimension of purpose that only the chosen experience. And with that comes a new intolerance for mediocrity. You can no longer settle for small thinking, small environments, or small faith. The habits that once held you now feel foreign. The cycles that once repeated now feel broken. This is because your spirit is no longer operating at the level it once did. God has elevated your internal frequency to match your assignment. And when identity shifts, everything else must adjust. You may also be sensing clarity about your purpose that you did not have before. Not full detail yet, but a strong awareness that you are meant to build something, steward something, and release something meaningful into the world. This sense of assignment is not pressure, it is revelation. Heaven is unveiling pieces of your destiny in measured portions so you are not overwhelmed. Ideas may be surfacing that excite and stretch you at the same time. Visions may feel larger than your current circumstances. Desires you once suppressed are resurfacing with conviction. These are not distractions. They are divine invitations. God is calling you to step into the creative authority placed inside you long before you took your first breath. You may find yourself reflecting on your past with new eyes, not regretful, but reflective. You are beginning to see why certain doors closed, why certain people exited your life, why certain battles were unavoidable. What once felt like loss now reveals itself as protection. What once felt like delay now appears as positioning. Your past is beginning to make sense because your future is opening. Chosen one. There is a golden thread running through your entire story. Heaven has been weaving it with intention. Nothing you endured was wasted. Every season shaped you. Every hardship expanded capacity. Every disappointment refined discernment. You are the sum of divine precision, not random struggle. Part of this awakening is also a deeper connection with yourself. You are learning to trust your spirit more, to honor your intuition, to recognize when God is nudging you. Spiritual sensitivity is no longer something you suppress. You are learning to steward it. You are realizing that the dreams you dismissed were prophetic whispers. The restlessness you felt was not dissatisfaction, it was destiny calling. There is also a new strength forming inside you, quiet, steady, deeply rooted. It does not seek attention. It expresses itself through consistency, discipline, and peace. You are becoming more patient, not because you are settling, but because you understand timing. You are becoming more grounded, not because you are passive, but because you know you are standing on divine foundation. Notice how your inner conversations are changing. The way you speak to yourself is becoming more compassionate, more aligned with truth. You are beginning to believe in the possibility of greatness, not out of pride, but out of recognition. Your spirit knows what your eyes have not yet seen. Chosen one. This shift in your inner dialogue is a powerful sign that God is preparing you to handle wealth, influence, and elevation with humility and strength. Old fears no longer intimidate you. Old temptations no longer entice you. Old identities no longer fit you. That version of you has already ended. This transformation is not something you must force. It is something you must allow. God is doing the work. Your role is to remain open, surrendered, and aware. You are being shaped for abundance, molded for greatness, and positioned for influence. Stay with this process, because what comes next will reveal how deeply this refinement has prepared you to walk in what heaven has already decided. Chosen one. As this refinement continues, there is another layer of preparation unfolding that you must recognize with clarity and reverence. God is not only aligning your inner world, He is also reshaping your discernment around people, timing, and opportunity. You are entering a season where not every open door is meant for you, and not every invitation is from heaven. That is why your sensitivity has increased. Heaven is training you to recognize alignment, not just opportunity. There was a time in my journey when I believed that every open door was a blessing. I learned the hard way that some doors open to distract, delay, or drain you. God had to teach me how to say no without guilt and how to walk away without fear. That lesson saved me years of struggle. Looking back, I can see that what felt like loss in those moments was actually protection. Chosen one. The discernment forming within you now is part of your elevation. You are learning to feel peace before you move. You are learning to pause before you commit. You are learning to listen to the subtle check in your spirit that warns you when something is misaligned. This is not hesitation. This is wisdom. When God prepares to release greater influence and wealth, He first trains the chosen one to guard their time, energy, and focus. You may notice that you no longer rush decisions the way you once did. Urgency no longer controls you. Pressure no longer manipulates you. You are becoming comfortable waiting for clarity instead of reacting to noise. This shift is crucial because divine blessings require divine pacing. What is coming toward you cannot be rushed, forced, or chased. It must be received in alignment. Chosen one. Understand this truth. Not everything that looks good is God. Not everything that feels exciting is aligned. Some opportunities are tests, not rewards. They reveal whether you trust your discernment or your desperation. Heaven is watching how you choose, because how you choose determines how much you can be trusted with. This season is teaching you restraint. It is teaching you to value peace over applause, alignment over approval, and obedience over urgency. These lessons are preparing you to operate at levels where a single decision can shift generations. Wealth multiplies influence, and influence amplifies consequences. God is shaping you so your decisions build rather than destroy. You may also be noticing a deeper desire for simplicity. Not because you are losing ambition, but because clarity has replaced chaos. You are becoming selective about where you invest your energy. You are learning to say no to what drains you and yes to what nourishes you. This emotional economy is not selfish, it is stewardship. I remember when God taught me this lesson personally. I had to walk away from things I once prayed for because they no longer aligned with who I was becoming. That was painful. It felt counterintuitive, but later, when the right doors opened, I understood why the wrong ones had to close. God was protecting the assignment. Chosen one, you are being trained the same way. This is why some things that once excited you now leave you empty. This is why certain conversations feel heavy. This is why your spirit resists being overextended. You are being refined to operate with precision. Heaven is teaching you how to move deliberately rather than emotionally. There is also a sharpening of spiritual vision happening within you. You may find yourself recognizing patterns, quickly sensing intentions before words are spoken, and discerning truth even when it is hidden beneath charm or charisma. This is not suspicion, this is perception. God is equipping you to navigate rooms and relationships with wisdom because your presence will soon carry influence. Chosen one, influence attracts attention. Attention attracts pressure. Pressure reveals character. God is shaping your character now so it can withstand the weight of what is coming. He is removing impulsiveness. He is strengthening patience. He is anchoring you in truth rather than reaction. This season may also bring moments where you feel tested. You may encounter opportunities that look perfect on the surface but feel off in your spirit. Trust that feeling. Do not override discernment for convenience. Do not trade long-term destiny for short-term comfort. The blessings prepared for you require integrity to sustain them. You are also learning the power of stillness. Stillness is not inactivity, it is alignment. When you become still internally, you can hear clearly. You can sense direction. You can recognize when God is leading and when He is withholding. Many people move constantly and miss divine instruction. You are being trained to wait without fear. Chosen one, this ability to wait will protect you. It will keep you from stepping into traps disguised as blessings. It will preserve your peace. It will position you to receive what is truly meant for you. Heaven is not impressed by speed. It is impressed by obedience. As this discernment deepens, you will notice that your confidence is no longer loud. It is grounded. You do not feel the need to explain yourself. You do not feel the need to justify your decisions. You are comfortable moving quietly, knowing that God is guiding you. This confidence is evidence of maturity. You are also becoming more aware of timing. You sense when to speak and when to remain silent. You feel when to act and when to wait. This sensitivity is rare and it is valuable. God is entrusting you with it because your future decisions will carry weight beyond your own life. Chosen one. This is preparation for stewardship. Wealth, influence, and authority require wisdom that cannot be rushed. Heaven is equipping you now so that when abundance arrives, you will not be overwhelmed by it. You will be anchored. You will be clear. You will be aligned. Stay attentive in this season. Do not ignore the checks in your spirit. Do not rush what God is asking you to steward. You are not being delayed. You are being refined. And that refinement is positioning you for a release that will come at exactly the right moment. Chosen one, as this refinement reaches deeper layers, there is a profound shift taking place in how you relate to power, success, and authority. God is not only preparing you to receive wealth, He is teaching you how to carry it without losing your soul, your clarity, or your compassion. This is why your heart is being shaped as carefully as your mindset. Heaven does not rush this process because what is coming is meant to last. There was a season in my life when I believed strength meant pushing harder, proving more, and staying constantly in motion. But God slowed me down and taught me something different. True authority is quiet. True power does not announce itself. It moves with restraint, wisdom, and timing. That lesson changed how I approached opportunity and influence, and it protected me from mistakes that would have cost me years. Chosen one. God is teaching you that same lesson now. You may notice that your desire to impress has faded. You are no longer driven by the need to be seen, validated, or approved. Instead, you are becoming more grounded in who you are and why you are here. This is not passivity. This is confidence rooted in truth. When your identity is secure, you do not need external affirmation to move forward. This security is essential because the level of elevation ahead of you will attract attention. Attention brings opinions. Opinions bring pressure. Pressure reveals what is solid and what is fragile. God is ensuring that what He builds in you cannot be shaken by applause or criticism. You are being anchored in something deeper than circumstances. Chosen one, notice how your relationship with time is changing. You no longer feel rushed. You no longer feel behind. You no longer feel the urgency to prove anything. This is what happens when your spirit aligns with divine timing. You begin to understand that nothing meant for you can pass you by, and nothing not meant for you can stay. This understanding brings peace that logic cannot explain. I remember the moment this realization settled in my own life. The anxiety that once pushed me to hurry faded. I stopped chasing timelines that were not mine, and in that stillness doors opened naturally. Not because I forced them, but because I was aligned. Chosen one alignment attracts opportunity without effort. God is teaching you to move with the rhythm of peace instead of the rhythm of panic. This shift is critical for the level of influence and wealth being entrusted to you. Divine blessings require divine pacing. When you move too fast, you miss instruction. When you move too slow, you miss opportunity. But when you move with God, timing aligns effortlessly. You may also notice that you are becoming less reactive. Situations that once triggered emotional responses now invite thoughtful consideration. You pause, you reflect, you discern. This is not weakness. This is authority. Leaders who react impulsively lose credibility. Leaders who move with wisdom gain trust. God is shaping you into someone who can be trusted with much. Chosen one. There is also a new clarity forming around boundaries. You are learning that boundaries are not rejection. They are alignment. You are discovering that saying no to what drains you is saying yes to what sustains you. This clarity will protect you as your influence expands because access must be guarded to preserve purpose. I want to be transparent with you. When I first began setting boundaries, it felt uncomfortable. I worried about disappointing others. I worried about missing opportunities. But later I realized that boundaries did not limit my life. They refined it. They ensured that what entered my world aligned with what God was building. Chosen one. Your boundaries are not walls, they are filters. As this maturity develops, you may also notice that your compassion has deepened, but your tolerance for manipulation has diminished. You can love without being controlled. You can give without being depleted. You can listen without absorbing negativity. This balance is divine. God is teaching you compassion without codependency and generosity without self-sabotage. Chosen one, understand this clearly. Wealth magnifies who you already are. If insecurity remains, wealth amplifies it. If fear remains, wealth exposes it. That is why God is removing these things now. He is ensuring that what multiplies in your life is strength, wisdom, and humility. You are also learning to trust your inner alignment more than external advice. This does not mean you ignore wise counsel. It means you weigh it against peace. When advice aligns with truth, it settles your spirit. When it does not, something feels off. That awareness is a gift. It allows you to navigate complex decisions with confidence. There will be moments ahead where multiple options appear equally appealing. Not all will be aligned. In those moments, your peace will guide you more accurately than logic alone. God often speaks through peace when words would complicate the message. Learn to follow that peace. It is a compass. Chosen one. You are stepping into a season where your decisions carry weight beyond yourself. What you choose will affect families, communities, and future generations. This is why God is slowing you down internally while accelerating things externally. He is synchronizing wisdom with opportunity. As this preparation continues, you may feel a deeper reverence for responsibility. You understand that influence is not a trophy, it is a trust. And God only entrusts those who understand the weight of what they carry. You are becoming one of those people. Let this truth settle deeply. You are not being withheld from blessing. You are being entrusted with preparation. And that preparation is evidence that heaven sees you as capable, faithful, and ready for what comes next. Chosen one, as this preparation reaches its final layers, there is a sacred recalibration happening in how you understand responsibility, legacy, and stewardship. God is not merely elevating you for a moment of success. He is positioning you for longevity. What is being entrusted to you is meant to outlive a season, outgrow a trend, and outlast applause. This is why heaven is working so intentionally, so precisely, and so personally with you right now. There was a point in my own journey when I realized that not every blessing is meant to be enjoyed immediately. Some are meant to be carried wisely, developed patiently, and released strategically. That understanding changed how I viewed opportunity. I stopped asking, "Can I handle this now?" and began asking, "Can I sustain this later?" Chosen one, that shift in perspective is forming in you as well. You are becoming more aware that your life is not just about personal elevation. It is about generational impact. The decisions you make, the standards you set, and the values you protect are laying foundations others will stand on. This awareness brings a holy seriousness, not fear, but reverence. You are beginning to sense that what you carry is larger than comfort and deeper than ambition. God is training you to think beyond immediate gain and into long-term influence. This is why impulsive desires are losing their appeal. You are less interested in quick wins and more drawn to lasting fruit. You are learning to measure success not by speed, but by substance. This wisdom is rare, and it is required for the level of wealth and authority being prepared for you. Chosen. One legacy does not begin when you have abundance. It begins when you decide how you will steward what you already have. How you handle small responsibilities reveals how you will handle greater ones. Heaven has been watching how you manage your words, your time, your integrity, and your faith under pressure. And the verdict has been clear. You have been faithful. This faithfulness is why God is expanding your capacity. You are becoming someone who understands that influence is not about control, but about service. That leadership is not about dominance, but about responsibility. That wealth is not about accumulation, but about assignment. These understandings protect you from corruption and keep your heart aligned. You may notice a deeper sense of purpose in ordinary moments. Conversations feel meaningful. Choices feel weighty. Even rest feels intentional. This is because you are no longer drifting through life. You are walking with awareness. Heaven has sharpened your sense of meaning because what is coming requires intentional living. Chosen one. You are also learning how to release outcomes without losing commitment. You are doing your part without trying to play God's role. This balance is powerful. It allows you to work diligently while trusting fully. It frees you from anxiety and anchors you in faith. When you stop trying to control results, you create space for divine acceleration. I remember when this lesson settled into my spirit. I stopped forcing outcomes and started focusing on obedience. And in that surrender, things moved faster than they ever did under pressure. Chosen one surrender is not passivity. It is alignment, and alignment multiplies effectiveness. You are also becoming more selective with your energy, not withdrawn, but discerning. You invest where there is growth, not where there is constant resistance. You give where there is honor, not where there is entitlement. This discernment will protect your peace as your visibility increases, because not everyone who approaches you will be aligned with your purpose. As your influence expands, you will attract requests, expectations, and demands. God is teaching you now how to say yes with wisdom and no without guilt. This ability is crucial. Without it, even good intentions can become burdens. With it, your impact remains pure and sustainable. Chosen one, understand this deeply. Heaven is not preparing you for a spotlight. It is preparing you for stewardship. The spotlight may come, but it will never be the source of your identity. Your identity is anchored in calling, not recognition. This anchoring will keep you grounded when others project their expectations onto you. You may also notice that your prayer life is shifting. You are praying less for rescue and more for alignment, less for escape and more for wisdom, less for confirmation and more for clarity. These prayers reflect maturity. They reveal a heart that trusts God's character, not just His intervention. God is also strengthening your ability to forgive without reopening wounds. You are releasing the past without revisiting pain. This emotional freedom is necessary because bitterness contaminates stewardship. Heaven cannot pour abundance into a heart weighed down by unresolved offense. You are being cleansed for increase. Chosen one. This season is also teaching you how to stand alone without feeling lonely. You are comfortable in your own company. You are at peace with silence. You do not need constant affirmation to feel secure. This inner stability will anchor you when your world becomes busier and louder. You are being prepared to lead without losing yourself, to prosper without losing compassion, and to rise without forgetting humility. These are not automatic traits. They are cultivated through surrender, reflection, and obedience. And you have been willing to walk this path even when it felt uncomfortable. As this preparation nears completion, you may sense a quiet readiness within you. Not impatience, not anticipation, but steadiness. A calm knowing that when the moment arrives, you will recognize it. You will not panic. You will not hesitate. You will step forward with clarity and authority. Hold on to that steadiness. Let it anchor you, because the next movement will reveal how heaven transitions preparation into release, and you will need this grounding to walk into it with confidence and peace. Chosen one, as we arrive at this sacred threshold, there is a quiet but undeniable certainty settling into your spirit. This is not excitement. It is not emotional anticipation. It is readiness. Heaven has been preparing you for this moment longer than you realize, and now the internal work has aligned with divine timing. What once felt like preparation is now shifting into positioning. There is a moment in every chosen one's journey when striving ends and trust takes over. You stop asking if it will happen and begin sensing that it already has, just not yet in the natural. That is where you are now. The shift has already occurred in the unseen. The only thing left is manifestation catching up with alignment. I remember the season when this awareness settled into my own life. Nothing changed overnight, yet everything changed internally. I stopped chasing signs because peace had replaced uncertainty. I stopped forcing doors because alignment had taken its place. And not long after, what I had waited years for arrived suddenly, effortlessly, and unmistakably. That is the pattern of divine release. Chosen one heaven never rushes the prepared, and it never delays the ready. You are ready, not perfect, but aligned, not flawless, but surrendered, not self-made, but God-positioned. This is why things around you have been rearranging so precisely. People have shifted, opportunities have moved, old cycles have ended, new pathways are emerging. None of it is random. You are stepping into a season where movement will feel natural instead of forced, where doors open without strain, where conversations align without manipulation, where provision flows without panic. This is not because life becomes effortless, but because you are finally moving in rhythm with heaven. Chosen one, understand this deeply. The wealth being released to you is not arriving as a test. It is arriving as a confirmation that God can trust you, a confirmation that your heart is aligned, a confirmation that your faith was not just spoken, but lived. Heaven rewards stewardship before it rewards results. You may notice that fear no longer has the same voice it once did. Doubt may try to whisper, but it no longer controls the room. You have crossed a threshold internally where trust outweighs anxiety. This is critical because what God is releasing requires stability, not desperation. Overflow cannot remain where fear governs decisions. There is also a new level of authority resting on you, not dominance, not control, but quiet authority. The kind that does not need to announce itself. The kind that shifts atmospheres simply by being present. You will notice people responding to you differently, listening more closely, seeking your insight, respecting your boundaries. This is not ego. This is alignment becoming visible. Chosen one, you are also entering a phase where your obedience will produce faster results. What once took years will take moments. What once required effort will require alignment. This acceleration is not chaos. It is divine efficiency. Heaven is redeeming time, not by rushing you, but by removing resistance. This is why your spirit feels lighter. You are no longer carrying what was never meant to go with you. You are traveling lean into this next season, free of unnecessary guilt, free of old identities, free of the need to explain yourself to people who never understood your calling. You may still face challenges. Elevation does not eliminate opposition, but you will face them differently now, from authority, not fear, from wisdom, not reaction, from peace, not panic. You are no longer fighting for survival. You are stewarding influence. Chosen one, there is also a deep joy waiting to surface in you. Not loud celebration, but grounded joy. The joy of alignment. The joy of knowing you are exactly where you are supposed to be. The joy of seeing your life begin to reflect the prayers you once whispered in private. As this season unfolds, remember this. Stay surrendered, stay grateful, stay aligned. Do not chase what God is bringing. Do not rush what heaven is unfolding. Walk steadily, listen carefully, trust deeply. The divine decision has already been made. Heaven has spoken. The verdict is sealed. You are stepping into a level of abundance, influence, and purpose that will redefine your life and impact generations beyond you. This is not the end of the journey. It is the unveiling of who you were always meant to become. Chosen one, As this message comes to a close, allow your spirit to rest in the truth of what heaven has already decided. You are not watching this at random. You are standing in your kairos moment, your divinely appointed hour, where preparation meets release and alignment meets manifestation. The shift is no longer approaching. It is unfolding now. Anointed One, a supernatural transfer is already in motion. What was settled in the unseen is beginning to move in the natural. Favor is responding to your growth. Provision is aligning with your purpose. Doors are opening with divine precision, not because you forced them, but because you remained faithful, surrendered, and aligned. Receive this blessing in reverence. May clarity guard your mind, peace anchor your heart, and courage strengthen your steps. May you walk forward with gratitude for what has been, confidence in what is, and expectation for what is about to manifest. Heaven is completing what it started in you, and nothing assigned to your destiny will miss its moment. Chosen One, stay aligned with the flow of the anointing. Stay faithful in the quiet. Stay expectant in the waiting. What is coming is holy. What is coming is promised. What is coming is yours. And if this word bore witness in your spirit, you may gently declare it by commenting or sharing with another chosen one, so this confirmation reaches who heaven has also appointed. Walk forward now in peace. Your destiny is in motion.